Hi, it's Tom again from 2 Cave Aquatics. I wanted to make a second video again today. I haven't made one in a couple weeks, so thought I'd make 2 of them today. I really appreciate the encouragement I get in some of my comments, and if any of you know, recently I added some black devil spike snails that I've been trying to get here for a long time, and finally got them in, put them in my tank, and after acclimating them for a while, and they died. I mean, they were either dead when they showed up, or they died quickly after I got them in the aquarium. And it was just my rush to, wanting these snails so bad, and getting them in probably at the wrong time of the year. Even the company, recommends that you don't have these things shipped during the winter time. But I did, and they were dead, and it raised my nitrites in here. I didn't have elevated levels of ammonia or nitrates. When I checked the water, it was the nitrites that were higher. And I lost some fish. Now, I did get those black devil spike snails replaced, and all the new ones are in here, and they're doing great. Even though it was winter time, there was just a mishap in the packaging. It was when during Christmas break, when everybody was out except maybe a skeleton crew, and the heat pack wasn't activated, and they weren't packed that well. The company had they didn't question, they just replaced them right away. Aquatic Arts Online, and they sent me replacement snails and free shipping, and I acclimated those, and they're doing really well. I got a few of them here in my 75-gallon tank, one down in my 10-gallon tank, and two of them in my 20-gallon tall. They're all doing great, and I think maybe I've just been a little distracted lately, and I don't know. I do water testing, and I do weekly water changes every 7 to 10 days, but I think maybe I've just allowed myself to get a little distracted with some of the news and events around the world. It's kind of crazy. Maybe took my eye off my fish for a little while. I don't know, but yeah, you gotta stay on top of things. And I know in some of my first videos I said, this tank's been set up for nearly a year now, 11 months, and I haven't had anything die in here. None of my fish or shrimp are dying in here. The shrimp are multiplying like crazy. Everything's going perfect and wonderful and well. The plants are all growing up nicely. The red plants are nice and deep colors. No plant melt or anything. No buildup on my substrate. My corridors and shrimp and snails are all taking care of that. And some of my bronze cories back there peeking out. And yeah, I just had no problems in this tank for months and months and months. Everything just going perfect, and then bam, over a period of 2-3 days, I had fish dying off, and it took 3 water changes. 3 water changes, 3 days in a row. I dropped the tank water down to about just below the top of this cave, and did those 3 water changes. So like almost 50% each time, so 150% water change just about over a 3-day period. And I replaced some of the filter pads and sponges in my Tidal 110 hanging on the back filter. And then everything finally calmed down, and they're back to normal here. I'm not losing any more shrimp, not losing any, I'm not losing any more fish. Everything's doing well in here. It's back to normal. So yeah, I do have a lot of prior knowledge of raising fish. I used to have my own store back in the mid-80s, and I came into this with a lot of knowledge. But like I've said, this is really my first home aquarium. This 75-gallon planted tank is my first aquarium here at home. And definitely my first deep substrate and planted tank. I jumped straight into deep substrate, heavily planted tank, a lot of different species of fish, and a lot more fish than a lot of people put in their heavily planted tanks. I just don't know. 75-gallon tank, fully planted, with 3 or 4 really tiny fish just never appealed to me. There's all constant movement. You don't have to look and peer into this tank because I have a solid wall of plants from the front to the top all the way back. And you're really having to look and search and find that 1, 2, or 3 really tiny fish in there that aren't adding anything to the bio load. Nothing against that, it's just not what I wanted personally. When I sit on the couch over here, I want to see my fish. I want some open area. I don't want this thing planted so heavily that you can't see any fish. You can't see into the aquarium. Some of these tanks are just a solid mass of plants from top to back, bottom to front, every which way. And like I've always said, I'm not trying to say my way is the right way. Obviously, I've had a problem in here in the last week or so with some fish death. But like I said, everything's back to normal. And thanks again for the comments and the encouragement. And I'll continue to give you updates here later this week. So once again, thank you, Tom from 2 Cave Aquatics. Don't get too complacent. Don't take everything for granted, and keep on top of your water changes, checking your water parameters, doing some testing. So have a great day. Bye.